1997, October 1st, the end day. Hello, this is Keon Drake, and welcome to my very first Let's Play. Thank you, Red Death, for getting me into this. I thought I'd do something a little old school and go with Crystalis for the Nintendo. To anybody that hasn't played this before, it's a little bit like Zelda with some RPG elements to it. HP, MP, money, life, experience, etc. Now let's go ahead and get started. We go through the opening cutscenes with dragons, even though there aren't any really dragons in the game. You see that it's 100 years into the future, so it's sort of a post-apocalyptic setting, a lot of fantasy elements, a little bit of sci-fi in it. This is actually one of my favorite Nintendo games I ever played, because it's just so kind of interesting. It's got a good story, it's fun to play. Let's see. We see here that, like most storylines, we are the last hope. So we can't let it down everybody now. And this is a cryogenic chamber computer that's starting up to wake up a hero who's apparently been asleep for 100 years, just waiting for this tower to activate that we have to stop. And we're just waking up now. Oh, I'm blind! I'm blind! And now our hero emerges in all his purple glory. Oh, there's a guy coming out of the cave. Yeah, a cave that wasn't there before until I happened to bust through head first. And if I saw a guy going through solid rock head first, yeah, I want to run away too. Now we go to this little guy. Here, you're awake. Here's money. Yay, money. This is the guy that ran away before. Oh, he's sorry he ran away. And then he tells us a village problem of some windmill guard that falls asleep. And here's the village elder that knew we were going to wake up. Tells us once again we are the last hope to defeat evil. And then gives us a sword. It's dangerous to go alone. Here, take this. Doo-doo-doo-doo. And now we have the Sword of Wind. When we equip that, we can finally start attacking now. You see down the bottom the force bar. If you hold down the attack button while standing still, you can shoot an attack from your sword. Now, the first thing we want to do with our new money is we have to go here. We're going to have to buy this alarm flute for the guard that we have to wake up in a little bit. One of the, I guess, things about this game you gotta be careful of is if you don't get the money and the flute, you won't be able to talk to Old Man Zabu first, who you have to talk to in order for the guard to appear. Oh look, it's Tony the Tiger! I just killed Tony the Tiger. I guess it makes me a serial killer. Bad pun. Oh, somebody called the pun police. Now here's where we meet Old Man Zabu, who's just going to tell us, hey, you need to get the windmill activated. Oh, and if we do that, he'll teach us magic. Yay for magic. Now we have to go wake up the guard. Also want to kill a few enemies here. You see the enemies give us experience and money. Monies is always good. Always go for the monies. Now one thing about this game, when you're playing, you almost always want to use your charge attack. Because if you just go around swinging your sword at an enemy, you're guaranteed to get hit. And when you get hit, you squeak. That's right, there's no oof, ow, or whatever, you squeak. Because you're a little girly man. Here's the guard asleep. So we'll use the alarm flute. What we actually do, we stab him. See, the stab is what really woke him up. And you see when we go into the windmill here, when it says we're using the windmill key, we're actually just going to be stabbing the windmill. That's right, stabbing makes everything in this game work. And of course the windmill opens up another cave. Why anybody would build a windmill just to blow up mountains is beyond me, but hey, it works. And now we go, once we get to the entrance of the cave, we'll actually get our first magic spell, Refresh, which actually allows us to heal. You got that not so fresh feeling? Use Refresh. And now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to spend a little time getting some money because I need to go get some armor. And so I'll probably just cut this part out and I will see you all back when I get into the town again. And here we are back into the village now, where I'm going to buy my first piece of armor. An interesting thing about this game is that when you purchase armor, it will actually change your appearance. You see now I'm in the black tank top and purple pants. I put this on, and now I have a purple and white tunic. It's very unusual for like especially the older Nintendo games to be able to for it to change your appearance. So this was very cool. At least to me, I'm always been one of those fans that if you change armor, you should change appearances. Also, you can tell I leveled up to level 2, which makes me a little bit stronger. I can kill Tony here in one shot instead of 2 now. Make things a little bit easier. I'm also got to working on getting some experience. Try and get to 3. This is the new cave which leads to the boss. We have to be careful. Some of the enemies here can poison you, which if you're poisoned, the poison does not go away unless you use an antidote. So they can end up killing you if you're not careful. You also have to be careful underneath these bridges. You can't see enemies walking around underneath of them. Now, one of the reasons why I'm working to get to level 3 is because on a previous try of recording this video, I learned that you have to be at least level 3 in order just to hit the boss. If you're not level 3, you will not do any damage to him at all. So, and that wasn't fun. Because if you get pretty good at this game, you can easily get to the boss at level 1 or 2. So you have to be a little careful. Make sure you get that experience. You see this different colored rock up here. Once we get our ability to charge to level 2, we'll be able to break that rock. Oh, you also have to be careful in this game because it suffers from the off-screen respawn, where if you walk far enough off-screen, the enemies will respawn and keep coming back over and over and over, which is generally a good idea for when you want to level up or gain money, but sometimes it can be a big hassle, especially with things like these bats. These bats give you no experience, no money, they just get in your way. And here I now have the Ball of Wind. I got a windy ball. You equip the appropriate ball, like the Ball of Wind, with the Sword of Wind, and that allows us to power up to level 2. Now, oops, that golem came out of nowhere. Now with level 2, we can break these rocks. Antidote herb, which is good in case I get poisoned. You see why I hate those bats. They just keep getting in the way. And now I'm poisoned. Lovely. So let's use an antidote herb, which is just stabbing myself now. That's right, stabbing makes everything better. I've made it to level 3 now, so now I'll be strong enough to kill the boss. And I got warp boots. Warp boots allow you to go back to any town you've already been to before, so it can be a little useful at times. Over here we'll get the last treasure chest, which is another medicinal herb, which we'll go ahead and use now. I'm just going to activate my magic so I can use that later. Magic will always be set to the A button, your sword to the B button. I stab myself to heal me. Right over here. We're almost to the boss. The boss is just up here. And now let's see what we can do against this boss here. He's a vampire that tends to throw bats at us, those annoying bats. And there it is. We got to beat him, and we got the rabbit boots, which I think if we equip them... Oops. I'm not exactly sure what they do. Oh, they allow us to jump. We have to take our magic off. Well, that's all for this time. I hope you'll tune in for the second part, where I'm not exactly sure what we're doing, but I think we might get to the next village by then. We'll see. Tune in next time.